got a little bit of a special treat today. I've shared some speaking engagements before, maybe a long time ago at the beginning of the inception of the podcast or the building of the podcast, but I haven't shared one in a long time. And this one's a little different. This speaking engagement was with about a room of 50 4-H students, and these kids were between 8th grade and 12th grade, and they were there in this retreat to start to understand how to build a business and present a business plan. And it was like a career and success pathway. And I was asked to come in and be the keynote speaker, and I really kicked off the conference. And then they were going to spend a couple days kind of like building a business and on paper, but to start to build a business plan so that they could step into something, entrepreneurial. And I thought it was really cool that I got invited, that I got to speak to these kids. And I figured I would give them the thing that helped me the most when I made the career transition, and that was the concept of Ikigai. And the concept of Ikigai is taking what you're really, really good at, what you really love, what people need in their lives, and what they'll pay you for, and putting these 4 things together. And what I try to do is get to these kids early so that they didn't live the same life that I did, where you sacrifice for decade and decade and decade, and then you run out of gas and then you have to start all over. I wanted to help them like really get into alignment with who they are and the talents that they have inside of them, and help them see from a place of self-discovery. Now, what was really cool is they were highly engaged. There were a lot of questions. The room, they started to try to take the room from me at one point right in the middle, and Sergeant Kitco had to intervene and kind of get them back on track and get them focused. You'll hear the intensity, you'll see the intensity ramp up quickly. But couple downsides is the video quality is not that great. We didn't have mics for the questions. So I think there's still a lot of value in this video to be gleaned, a lot of cool stuff. But it's definitely not the perfect video. All right. But anyway, it's about 50 minutes long. I hope you enjoy it. I sure did enjoy being up on stage. And yeah, I think it made a difference in these kids' lives. Enjoy.
We asked an amazing guest speaker, Mike Kitco, to come get us started and motivated and on our way. And so Mike Kitco is the founder of Inner Wealth Global. And so Mike, you got the stage.
All right. Thanks, Kelly. Hey, guys, how many of you have hobbies? Yeah, that guy does. Maybe he didn't even know the question. How many of you guys, go ahead, raise your hand if you have a hobby. Shout out some of your hobbies. Movies, sleeping. What else? Any basketball? Any like electronic games, right? Video games? How about sports? Volleyball? Any art, like music, painting? Awesome. So I want to ask you a question. If you could make a lot of money doing something that felt like a hobby, how cool would that be?
Amazing.
Would that be like a life that you would like get excited to wake up to every single day, that you just got to go and do this thing that felt like a hobby, and still they'll make money and to buy nice things and to really be able to experience life, right? Guys, when I was you're between 8th and 12th grades, right? Nobody told me what I'm getting ready to tell you and what I'm getting ready to share with you. Nobody ever shared this with me. Here's what I was taught, is that work needs to be hard. I was taught that you needed to struggle, and there was a lot of sacrifice involved in work, and that if there wasn't stress, you weren't working hard enough, and if you weren't like really stretching yourself, then you really weren't working. That's kind of what I was taught. And my father was a steel worker, and he was a 40-year retired steel worker. And he'd say every day you got to go someplace you don't want to go, and you got to do stuff that you don't want to do because you got to take care of your family and take care of your bills. That's what I learned growing up. And the thing that I'm getting ready to share with you today is the exact opposite of that, because I learned the hard way how to fail so that you can finally get back into alignment with yourself and your natural talents, your natural gifts, and maybe start. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. This is my wife, Angie, by the way. We rebuilt our life, and I'm going to share a story. We rebuilt a life where that was a business trip. We were in Turks and Caicos, and we were on a sunset cruise, and that was a business trip. And that was part of our business. We actually did business in Turks and Caicos because we love to travel. So we built a business where we get to go and travel these beautiful places and do all this cool stuff. And it runs through the business, and our business is part of our life, and our life is part of our business. And we never stop living and start doing business, and we never stop doing business and we start living. They're integrated. Does this make sense? Yeah, we're gonna get into all of this, all right? But that's what I'm here for today, is to help you understand that you don't have to do things that don't light you up and excite you to make a lot of money. There's a lot of money in the world to be made. And sometimes, and I'm not just saying you're going to go, everybody's going to be a basketball star and everybody's going to be, an artist, but you can do something that you enjoy and make money. All right? Does it look like I enjoy what I do? Does this look like I enjoy and I get excited for this? This is my favorite thing to do in the world, and I get paid to do this. How cool is that? You know what one of my favorite things to do is? Talk! I love to talk. Talking's my hobby. And I get paid to talk. All right? Now, I'm a Marine vet. If you guys have any questions, raise your hand. And what's up, bud?
You said raise your hand.
Oh. You're the jokester. You're going to be the first to go. By the way, I'm a Marine vet. I was in the United States Marine Corps between 1992 and 1997, and that's when I really started becoming a leader. And that's where I kind of cut my leadership rules. What you got, bud?
Do you think that's like the best branch of Army to go into?
What's that?
Do you think it's like the best branch of Army?
I believe it's the best branch of the military. The Army's separate. Yeah, absolutely. So there are people who are Marines, and there's everybody else who doesn't know if they can become a Marine, right? It's a big deal. I know I can become a Marine because I did it. Not everybody has that luxury. Yeah. So, Marine vet, 1992, 1997, and when I got out, I went to get a job. That's what you do. You just go and get a job. And I didn't care what I was going to do. I just wanted to make some money, right? Anybody have a job here? Just to make money. If money wasn't an issue, would you do that job? No. Well, I did, right? Money was an issue, so I went and did stuff that I didn't want to do, and I worked for people that I didn't want to work for, and I just, every day I'd wake up and it's like, man, I was full of dread, and I just hated what, I can't, you ever go to the grocery store? I go to the grocery store and I walk through the cash register and I say, "How you doing today, ma'am? How you doing today, sir?" You say, "I'll be a lot better in an hour," because their life can start when they get off work, right? That's what I'm talking about. I personally, I never want another hour to go by until I can enjoy my life. I want to enjoy every breath. All right? Now, I went to work just to make money, and I'm not a technical savvy guy. But I was an electronics technician. And I went to work every day, not knowing what I was doing, not enjoying my job. And guess what? When I was a good team player and a good teammate, and I had this leadership stuff going on in the background that I enjoyed in the Marine Corps, guess what? I got promoted. I wasn't the best at my job, but I was the best interpersonal person on the team. I was the person who could motivate the team. I was the person that could inspire other people on the team to achieve a higher level. And then when I excelled in that role, and I started to work with teams in that level and in that role, guess what happened again? I got promoted. Not because I'm good at my job, but because I'm good with people. Because I can inspire people, I can motivate people. Anybody here feel a little more energy now than they did a little bit ago? That's because I bring the heat. I've always been able to energize people. I've always been able to inspire people. And that's why my team succeeded. Now, you advance 15 years from there, and I'm managing a $350 million business. I had hundreds of employees work for me. I was making crazy money. I would get bonuses that equaled what most people made in a year. But I hated my job. And I hated going where I didn't want to go. And we had 2 little girls. And I got to like 12, 14 hours a day I was away from my girls. And I just wanted to be home with my girls and my family. But, you go to work to make money, right? That's just what you do. Well, that thinking took me in a very, very painful direction. Because when I was successful in that role, another job came after me to recruit me. They dangled even more money. And I was not a good fit for that job. I was not a good fit. And I didn't care. All I knew was they were offering a lot of money. And I said yes, because I was after the money, not the career fulfillment. Not doing something that I enjoyed. Does this make sense? Right? And guess what? A couple years later, I got fired. I got fired because I hated my job. And every step up the ladder, there was more money. But for me, there was less enjoyment. And for me, there was less fulfillment. There was less motivation to succeed and achieve because I really didn't care what I was doing. I was just after the money. It was just a money play. And I learned that money is awesome. I love money. I love money and money loves me. But it's not the reason. Money is a horrible destination, but it's great energy along the way. But money is not the destination. Enjoying life is the destination. Does that make sense? And if we're not enjoying life, the money really doesn't matter, right? Money is a horrible destination. Don't do anything just specifically for money, but find something that lights you up from the inside out, and we can go monetize that. You can make a lot of money doing what you love. There was a guy back in, there was a time where there was no such thing as the internet. You guys ever know that? Yeah. When I was a kid, there was no internet. There was no internet. There was no There was no computers. Holy crap, I didn't have a computer for a long time. That's right. And it was all fuzzy, right? And when the internet was invented, or when it started to become popular, there was this guy that would take his cell phone, and he loved traveling. And he would take his cell phone, and when he was traveling, like walking through the streets of New York, he would video all the buildings. And then he'd go to London and he'd video where he was going. And he had YouTube channel. He started building a YouTube channel. And then a company came to him and said, "Hey, will you wear my shirt? Will you wear my company's shirt when you're traveling? I'll give you $20." Guy's like, "Yeah, of course." So he put this company shirt on, and he's videoing, and every once in a while he'd say, and by the way, this video is brought to you by, whatever, XYZ company. And within a year, he was a millionaire. He had $1 million business because he was doing what he loved, and companies saw that passion. Companies saw the joy that he had. He was starting to build a following because he loved what he was doing, and then people started paying him to go and promote them. Now his travel was not only free, he was getting paid to do what he loved. Those stories are everywhere in the world. But I wasn't taught that was possible when I was a kid. And that's why I'm so glad and so happy that you guys are here and I get to share this with you. All right? I want to share a concept with you. And it's a Japanese word. See that word in the middle? You see that? That word is Ikigai. Say it with me. Ikigai. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, Ikigai. That word, Ikigai, means a reason to be in Japanese. Ikigai means a reason to be, a reason to exist, a reason to wake up, a reason to be joyful in life, a reason to be. Now, the concept of Ikigai takes 4 separate areas and puts them together in a way that's meaningful, that'll help you when you wake up in the morning, you're excited to get out of bed, to go and do what you're going to do, so that you can serve people in the way that you want to serve people, so that you can make money in the way that delights you, instead is full of self-sacrifice and struggle, all right? We're going to walk through each of these. The first part of Ikigai is, What are you really, really good at? Not what do you do okay? Not, I'm okay at that. I'll do it. It's what are you really, really good at? Guess what I'm really, really good at? Talking. And when I was in my corporate career, the only thing I ever enjoyed about my career, the only thing was having one of my employees in my office, and I was coaching them and I was developing them and I was trying to unlock what is that dream that's in your heart? What's in there? What is your dream? What do you want to do? What lights you up? What inspires you? What excites you? That's what excited me as a plant manager, as an executive level leader in corporate America. It wasn't about being on the shop floor and seeing products being built. I worked for Stanley Black & Decker and we would make tools. I didn't care about seeing tools being made. I didn't care about tools, but I cared a lot about the people making the tools. I loved them tremendously. And I loved when they were in my office and I got to, hey, why do you do this if you don't love it? Now, I was a little bit of a hypocrite because I was doing what I didn't love, right? But I was trying to help them not repeat the mistakes that I was making, right? What are you good at? There was a time in my life that I didn't feel that I was worthy or deserving or talented or like I mattered, like my life made a difference. Can you guys see where I was? I was kind of empty. I didn't have any self-worth and self-esteem. I didn't believe in myself. It was all about the money. It's because I was trying to become somebody through the money. All right? But when I started the process of trying to figure out, after I got fired, and I started the process of trying to figure out like what I was going to do, what the next phase of my life, my career was going to be, when I saw that, when I introduced to Ikigai and what are you good at, I said, I'm not good at anything. That's what I thought. But if you ask people, if you ask mentors, if you ask people that are in your life that love you, that believe in you, that see good in you, and you ask them, hey, what am I really good at? They'll tell you. And then we can believe them. But have you guys ever gotten a compliment and just ignored it? Somebody says, hey, your hair looks nice today. And oh, no, it doesn't. Or hey, you're really good at that thing. Oh, I'm not that good. There's people that are better. Anybody ever had that experience? Somebody compliments you and you just don't take it, you don't receive it? Listen, I know you guys are having some fun, and I want you to have some fun, but I also want you to pay attention because this will change your life. All right? This will change your life. And I'm not worried about how happy you are right now. I'm worried about how successful you are and how joyful and how fulfilled you are in 20 years. All right? So listen, pay attention. Don't do what most 8th to 12th graders do, is dismiss the person that's speaking from wisdom and experience and pain and struggle and suffering. And they're trying to help you avoid that stuff, but we're laughing at them instead of listening to them. Don't be those people. I was that person. And that's why I failed. Because I was that person who thought the person who was pouring into me, that they were just wasting my time. That's why I failed. Don't be that person. Pay attention. When I fell flat on my face and I was no longer making any income and I was no longer successful and I was no longer a big plant manager and no one would hire me because I was a failure, the first step was trying to figure out what I was good at. And people that loved me, that appreciated me, people that had my best interest in mind, they said, Mike, you're a good speaker. You motivate people, you inspire people, you energize people, you influence people, you always make people better. Like when they leave you, they're better than when you found them, every time. But I didn't see that in me. But it was there all the time. It's just I refused to look at it. Does this make sense? You're probably not like me, but there's something that you're really, really good at. And it might be so easy for you, you don't even know that you're good at it. Because it doesn't have to be hard to be valuable. This isn't hard for me. This is a pleasure. This is a joy. This isn't hard. I don't prepare for this. I'll put a couple slides together, but I don't prepare for this. I just get to jump up here. And this is an I get to, not I have to. We drove from St. Louis today for this. just to be here with you guys. This is an I get to, not I have to. Does that make sense? The first step is figuring out what you're really, really good at. And the second step is, what do you love to do? What do you love to do? Not what are you okay, not what, I'll do it if I have to. Not I have to, it's I get to. What do you love to do? What do you get excited? What do you get excited to do? What are you so fulfilled by that you don't even have to get paid to do it? But if they paid you, that's pretty cool, right? But if they didn't pay you, you still want to do it. You still want, like, this is why I said, what would it be like to feel like something was a hobby and it was making you a lot of money? That's what I meant. Is finding that thing. You're really paying attention. I see you. You're paying attention. You're locked in. You're going to succeed. I'm talking to the lady behind you. Good try though. But I was talking to her because she's locked in, and I see you. I see you. I see that you're paying attention. I see that it's making a difference. I see that you're absorbing it. I see the wheels turning. Am I right? That's why she's going to succeed. And it's your choice whether you succeed or not. Not just whether you're listening here, but whether you're taking guidance from people that have already walked the path that you want to walk. All right? What do you love to do? I love to write. I love to talk. I love to coach. I love to inspire. I love to always leave people better than I found them. I walk through the grocery store, and when I see somebody, hey, how's your day? Oh, just okay? Why? Why is it just an okay day? What happened today that was awesome? And when they like walk, and this is just somebody I don't know, and when they walk away from me, they're going to run through a wall because it just lit them up in a good way, man. Because it lit them up. Because somebody saw them, somebody cared about them, somebody took some time and poured into them a little bit. That's what I love to do. So if you take what you're good at and what you love, then when you wake up, you're going to be excited to do that thing, right? Now, the next one is find out what the world needs. Our work in the world, even though it might not feel like work, there's 8.22 billion people in the world. And guess what? Every single person on the planet has a problem. They're dealing with some kind of a problem. You don't have to raise your hands, but recognize the problem that you're dealing with in your life. And you are, right? Every single person in this room is dealing with a problem. Nobody's got it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out. Just because I'm up here, I don't have it figured out. Nobody does. If somebody tells you they've got all of life figured out, they're lying to you. Nobody's got it all figured out. And look, the people with some experience can tell you that. If they show you that they got it all figured out and they got it all, they look perfect and they act perfect, they're dealing with something that you don't know about because nobody's got it all figured out. So figure out what the world needs. There's 8.22 billion people in the world, and everybody needs something. Everybody has a problem. Everyone will pay somebody to help solve that problem. And it could be, I don't like mowing my grass, and I'm looking for somebody to mow my grass. So we could start a landscaping company. If you enjoy landscaping and or you're good at it and you love it and somebody needs their grass mowed, we can start a freaking landscaping company, and now you're doing what you love and somebody's like, thank you for doing my lawn. Here's money. And money flows in one direction in this world. Anybody know what direction it flows in business? What's that? Never forget this. Okay? You promise that you're never going to forget this? Money flows from problem to solution. Money flows from problem to solution. I work with people and I coach people. Like they're running multi-million-dollar businesses and nobody in their company knows I exist. But I'm on the phone with them solving problems using my executive level experience. And nobody in their business knows that I'm their coach. But I'm in their ear and I'm helping them solve problems because they'll pay to have somebody help solve problems. So I found what the world needs. People need mentorship. People need support. People need encouragement. People need love. People need to be accepted. People need that, and they will pay for that. Okay? Does this make sense? Anybody ever had a mentor? Yeah, I'm a mentor. I get mentored, and I'm a mentor. I have problems that I want people's help to solve in my life, and I get paid to help people solve problems in their lives. Mentorship. All right? Does that make sense? Find out what the world needs. There's problems everywhere. The entrepreneurs are the best at going out and finding how the problem that they're good at and solving, that they love solving, and what the world needs. Okay? A problem in the world that somebody has that they'll pay to have corrected, fixed. It's not just a job. You're just solving problems. I don't think of it as a job. I think of it as a problem solver. I'm a problem solver in the world. Make sense? And the last, but this is where people usually start. How many people just took a job for money? Everybody who has a job, raise your hand if you just took it for money. Yeah, be honest. I've done it. I've done it before too. This is usually where people start. What kind of job you want? I just want to make money. I don't care what kind of job. And then you're that person that says, yeah, I'll be a lot better in an hour when I'm off work. Because you started at the end. You started at the end. This right here is the result of doing those three. What you're good at, what you love, and what the world needs. This is a result. It's not the starting point. Money is awesome fuel, but a horrible destination. If it's the reason, then it's just going to be a matter of time before you're unfulfilled. And you're going someplace that you don't want to go, to do something you don't want to do, work with people you don't want to work for, all for money that you can have in a way that lights you up, and it can be an awesome result. Make sense, guys? Cool? Is this cool stuff? Is this a different way of looking at business? Different way of looking at making money? Is this one, do you feel that you can have joy and happiness and money in your life if you did this? What's that? You don't think so? Maybe. Well, I'm an example. I'm an example. If there's one person in the world that's living it, that means it's available to everyone. And there's some people that won't listen, and they'll go looking for this today, and they could have had it all. But they choose to believe that it wasn't available to them. Make sense? Whatever we believe becomes true for us. If we believe we can, we can. If we believe we can't, we can't. If we believe it's available, it is. If we believe it's not available, it's not. Your beliefs create your outcomes. All right? Your belief system, what you believe is possible, is your upper limit. That's your cap. Make sense? Cool. Any questions about this so far? Awesome. I wasn't trying to scare you off, guys. I was trying to get your attention so that I could dig into your soul and really start to move the needle with you. What's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley, great name. Ashlyn, thank you.
So what if, you find a passion, you think you're really going to go for it, but then you end up changing? You know how people change their majors in college?
Yeah.
What if that happens with you? Do you, have to start all over, or do you just readjust to what you want?
Ashlyn, if you choose it and then you switch and you become less passionate about it, then you probably weren't passionate about it to begin with. There was probably a reason you were choosing it, and it wasn't based on passion, because passion doesn't fade. Does that make sense? So sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking we're passionate about something, and then a week later you're passionate about something else, because you never really were passionate. Maybe it was a short-term excitement to it, but it wasn't a purpose. It wasn't a mission. Right? And that's why sometimes we have two daughters in college, and one daughter went strictly for cheerleading. She was a 6-year-old cheerleader, and then she became a college cheerleader. And I got to see her compete at Disney World, right, at the ESPN zone. And I got to see my college cheerleader daughter on the mat at championships, and they came in second in the country. She's passionate about cheerleading. She went to school just because she had to cheerlead. But I've got another daughter. We've got another daughter that she is an academic. And she loves the body, and she loves training, and she loves athletics, and she loves trying to figure out how to make that sore, that pain go away. So she's going for physical therapy, and she's going to be coming here in a couple years for grad school. She's lit up by that. My other daughter just went to school just because she had to for cheerleading. So she'll probably go like work at Starbucks or something. I don't know. No, I don't know. That's what we're hoping. But she's got to make that decision, right? But the point is there's a passion inside of you that when you fan it, it'll grow. It'll never fade. All right? Yeah, man. What's your name?
Macaulay.
What is it?
Macaulay.
Macaulay?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So for this, it's like really about like your problems with like occupations, right? But what if you're dealing with like more like on like the like personal problems of like like how others perceive you and like that like seeding into like your person like into your business life, let's say.
Yeah. So I'm going to use. Did you guys hear me get stern a little bit ago? I don't care how you perceive me. Your thoughts about me, they have no impact on me. You're going to go live your life, Macaulay, right? And I'm going to go home and set my head on my pillow with my beautiful bride, and I'm going to live my life, and you're not going to be in my head at all. Zero. Like, this is, living an awesome life is really about having the courage to be disliked and to be okay. It's not, I know what's in here that I want to experience in the world, and no one else gets a vote in that. No mom, no dad, no brothers, sisters, wife, daughters. I know what's in here. And she loves it when she sees me do what I'm passionate about. Like, she's pretty proud of me right now in this moment. True? When I started my business, I said, and this is a true story, she wanted me to go get a job again. And I said, hey, I'm going to start a business. I'm not going to get a job. She said, the hell you are. So I filed for divorce. True story. Then she went, okay, I'm in. Let's go. Me and you versus the problem, and we'll solve it. Because I wasn't going to give up my dream for anybody. Does that make sense? One of the problems that we have in the world with this is we care about what other people think about us. So we never live a life true to ourselves. All right? We never live a life true to ourselves and our talents and our intuition and our instincts and our belief in ourselves, from our truth, from what's in this heart, not from what people tell us about which we should do and what's right. Does that make sense? Now, I'm not telling you to go home to your mom and dad and just go tell them to, never give you any guidance again. What I'm saying is seek guidance, seek wisdom, but you are the decision maker. Okay? You are the decision maker. I have a lot of people in my life that I take guidance from, but they don't get a vote. They're just providing guidance and wisdom. And ultimately, I get to make a decision based on all of that input. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? I own my life. Nobody else owns my life. Cool? Great question, though. I like your name, too. Any other questions? Was it you again, Macaulay?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Do you ever get too old to revamp this?
I don't believe so. And why would you ever say it's too late?
Well,
I know what you're saying, though. I get it.
people do think because they're a certain age
Yeah.
that they can't revamp their life and really go with their passion. They have to stay in that job.
I got a guy in one of our coaching groups. He's like 66, and he's just starting over. He's trying to figure out what he wants to be for the rest of his life. It's never too late. Can I say something real quick before you got the next question? Most people spend their lives trying not to die. Very few live. Okay? Most people are trying. They make decision after decision, and they choose things to help them stay safe and comfortable, and they never really live. They're just trying not to die. Very few live. We're living. Turks and Caicos, Sunset Cruise, right? Doing business. We're living. Very few live. Most people are trying not to die, including some of the people that love you. They're going to tell you you shouldn't just because they're afraid that they're going to lose you, right? They're trying to protect you to keep you safe because they wouldn't be okay without you. It has nothing to do, it's not for your benefit and your best interest. But you can take wisdom, you can take counsel, you can take guidance, but ultimately you are the chooser of your life. Just like, how many of you have guidance counselors at school? Can they choose for you, or are they just your guidance counselor? They're not your chooser, right? They're your guidance counselor. Treat everyone like that, okay? Now, you do have parents. You are living under their house, so don't go just tell them no right away, but listen and then ultimately have a conversation about what's best for you and what's in your best interest from a passion standpoint. My man, what's up? What's your name?
Caleb.
Caleb? Awesome. Thanks, Caleb. What's your question?
What inspired you to inspire us? Like,
Who?
what's your drive?
What is this? What's that? Yeah, nobody ever told me about this, Caleb. Like, I want to scream this to the world. Kelly came to one of my workshops one time, and we'll talk about my workshops here in a little bit, but Kelly came to one of my workshops, and then she called me and said, hey, Mike, will you come and speak to my students? I was like, yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Like, just give me the invite. I'll jump up on any stage and light souls on fire. All right? It's just, I get excited about this, man. This isn't something I have to do. It's something I get to do. Right? Those are the best things to do in life. Something that gets you fired up. Yes. What's your name?
My name's Manati.
Manati. Beautiful name.
Thank you. I wanted to ask, how many years did it take you to become
This, 2016, I was fired, and we haven't talked about it yet. I started my business in 2017, and in 2018, I exceeded any income that I ever had in corporate America. My first full year in business, I made more money in 2018 than I had ever made in any full year in corporate America. Because I do believe that people buy that. People buy passion. They want to work with me because I'm passionate. And they want to share that energy. Does that make sense? So I've been at this since 2017. 2017, I did, $36,000 in business. But after that, we started exceeding our corporate income, right? But I've been doing this, and we'll talk a little bit more about really the other stuff that I do. But 2017 is when I started. What's your name?
My name?
What?
What's my name?
No, yeah.
All right, me? All right, yeah, my name's Isaiah.
Hosea?
Isaiah.
Isaiah, great to meet you, Isaiah.
And do you have any degrees in like business or anything? Like, how did you?
I do. I have a management degree and I have an MBA. Okay. Neither of them, my experience, eat the fruit, spit out the seeds. Neither of them are why I'm here. It's more about the leadership in the Marine Corps than why I'm here than the business stuff. So that leadership spark that I got from being a Marine, it really lit the fuse. And I went and got a management degree and a business degree so that I could make more money. But ultimately, I believe I'm here because of the Marine Corps. You were.
Okay, so you talk a lot about the success in your story, but what are some times you've had hardship? I know you talked about.
I almost killed myself.
Yeah.
How about that? I stuck a gun in my mouth. After I got fired, I stuck a gun in my mouth. I almost killed myself because I felt I was a failure. I got fired, and I felt I was worthless and valueless to my family, and my money and my success was my entire identity. I almost killed myself.
How do you think those hardships made your business different than other businesses that might have failed or ideas that just don't come to light?
Brother, I'm on freaking bonus time. I'm on bonus time. I don't hold back. I tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And I don't care about their feelings. I'm on bonus time. Does that make sense?
What does that mean, bonus time?
I almost killed myself. I shouldn't even be here. I'm in the bonus. Why would I hold back anything? Let's go. That's why we travel so much. Over the last couple of years, we've traveled 15, 20 times a year. We travel everywhere we can. Our business funds our travel, and we just travel, right? We'll be in Cabo San Lucas this time next week. It's like, let's go, let's live. Like, I'm tired of trying not to die. But I've got a lot of people that I work with directly that they want my intensity and they want my directness and they want me to tell them the truth that nobody else will. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Okay? And again, I feel like I'm in the bonus. And I've done a lot of internal work, and I feel like I'm a blessing in this world now. I'm going to get emotional. Guys, I do cry. I used to feel like I was a burden, and now I feel like I'm a blessing. This world's better because I live, because I'm here, because of the work I do. All right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what separates me from other people. I know we got a new client one time, and he came over, and we're going to have a full day intensive, a full day session with me, him and me, just us. He couldn't take a whole day of it. But anyway, we're driving to lunch, and I started to hear, now the guy paid me, okay? And I started to hear like him start to put himself as the alpha in our relationship. Make sense? Like he paid me, so he was going to start pushing me around. And I said, hold on. Ryan was his name. I said, Ryan, who's the prize in this relationship? And he said, me, I'm the client. I said, no, there's only one Mike Kitco. There's clients everywhere. There's only one Mike Kitco. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Money flows from problem to solution. Who had the problem? He had the problem. Who had the solution? Money flows from problem to solution. I'm the prize. I got the solution. You got a problem. I don't have a problem. You got a problem. Give me your money, and I'll help you solve the problem. And if you think you're the prize, I'll give you your money back. Get out of my car. There's plenty of clients in the world. There's only one Mike Kitco. Okay? Nobody's built like me. Nobody's built like me. Yeah, I got one more thing to say before I take another question, okay? Think about this. There's an estimate, some smart scientist, some mathematician said that there was a 1 in 400 trillion with a T, 1 in 400 trillion chance that you would be born. 1 in 400 trillion chance. You are a walking, talking, breathing miracle. Do you know what had to happen in 16 billion years of this universe? What had to happen for you to be here, for your mom to meet your dad? And at that perfect time, with all those sperm flying, for the strongest sperm to turn into you. 1 in 400 trillion chance. And that's probably even low. You're the product of the strongest sperm. Yeah, absolutely. So, but check this out. You are on a big rock that's turning 1,000 miles an hour. That's hurling 66,000 miles an hour through the universe around this big ball of gas that's 20 million degrees of core temperature. And yet, all the air that you need is all around you. And food grows out of the ground and water falls from the sky. You're a walking, talking, breathing miracle. Kind of act like it. All right? Make sense? Yes. 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes, guys. Go ahead.
Okay, you may have said it already, but what do you do with your business? Like, what do you do?
I'm getting ready to show you. I got 10 minutes. Thank you for the question. I got 10 minutes left. I'm going to show you, not everything, but I'll talk through everything. All right? So we'll get to that now, and then I'll open it back up for questions. I'm a speaker. I get paid to speak. Okay? Angie and I fly. When we get a speaking engagement, sometimes we've flown to Dallas. We've flown places. You know, people pay us to come somewhere else. They put us up in accommodations, and they pay us. And it's also I get up here and leave the room better than I found it. You guys think I left the room better than I found it? Are you guys seeing life a little differently than you did when you walk in? Okay, that's why they pay me, so that everyone leaves better. Unless you're not listening, then you didn't want to improve. You wanted things to improve for you, but you didn't want to improve. Okay? I run workshops. Kelly came to one of my workshops before. It's a small group, like 30 to 40 people, and for 2 days I just pour into them and I just crack them open and help them see things differently. All right? A lot of energy in that, a lot of results. People improve, people see the world differently. And I get paid to run workshops, okay? I have a podcast. My business is Inner Wealth Global. My podcast is the Inner Wealth Podcast. I'm not very creative with that name, all right? But I've got 207 episodes. My podcast has been listened to on 6 continents, 88 countries, 1,500 cities around the world that my voice has been heard. I've had a little bit of an impact in this world, all right? And that wasn't because I have 207 episodes that the impact happened. It's because that I chose to start impacting the world instead of trying to just take from the world. Make sense? Okay? Find what you love, or find what you're good at. Find what you love, what people need, and what they'll pay you for, and you'll never, ever have to work again. And I'm a published author. So I've got a new book coming out, and August 19th. It's called Inner World, Outer World. And it's really about helping you understand how, to go inside and understand what's happening in here. Because most people, everyone's scared. Not everybody admits they're scared, especially you knucklehead, bonehead men, guys. Most men won't share that they're scared, but everybody's scared in some way, shape, or form. But it's go in there, go inside, and understand what's happening in your body, so that you can understand how to more impactfully change the world. All right, and rearrange your circumstances from a powerful internal position instead of insecurity and trying to prove something to somebody. Make sense? So I also have a mastermind, and a mastermind is a group of people that they pay us to be part of our group. And I don't have a picture of it here, but we've got a retreat coming up in Park City, Utah in September. We've taken our group, and they pay us to do this. They pay us to travel and to host these retreats. We've been to Colorado. We've been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We've been to the Outer Banks. We've been to Sedona, Arizona. We've been all over the place with our mastermind. They pay us to be part of our group so that I can teach them, right? And then last one, I have private clients. So I work one-on-one with people, and they pay me. We jump on the phone every week, and they pay me so I could help guide and just help them level up in their life. Does it make sense? Yes. Sound pretty cool? It's not perfect for all you guys. It's perfect for me. I'm not encouraging you to be that. I'm encouraging you to find what's in here that you want to express in the world, and to be that. Decide who to be and go be it. We've built a life that's perfect for us. We love to travel, and when we travel, I'm writing. And when we travel, we record podcasts. And when we travel, we're on our mastermind calls. And when we travel, I'm on one-on-one calls. We don't stop life to do business, and we don't stop business to do life. They're merged, and we've built our business around our lifestyle, and not our lifestyle around our business. Most people, they have their business and their money, and then they fill in the cracks with life. We do it the opposite. We live life, and we do business from our life. Make sense? Cool stuff, guys? Yes. That barcode, this new book, Inner World, Outer World, comes out August 19th. It just happens to be my birthday. So you've got a couple more shopping days before my birthday, all right? But if you want to give me a present, go grab a copy of my book on August 19th. It'll be available on Amazon, all right? But that barcode is going to take you to it's going to give you access to our book launch party that we're going to have in St. Louis, our website, the podcast, and just, all our social media feeds. Go connect with us. Go connect with me. These are mostly my links. But jump on my Facebook page, my Instagram, and we share some stuff there. And you'll see a little bit, stay connected. You'll see a little bit more about our life. You'll see, well, next week we'll go to Cabo. We'll record a podcast episode. We'll tell you kind of what's going on in our life in Cabo. And we share our life and business together. All right? What other questions you have, guys? Yeah, bud. Caleb.
Yeah.
I remembered.
Don't you sometimes ever get tired of having your life and business mixed?
No. So what people, you guys ever heard of a life coach? You ever heard of a life coach? Well, that's what people call me. It doesn't feel really like right for me. But Caleb, I naturally do this all the time. That would be, stopping this would be like giving up a part of myself. Okay, does that make sense? I don't start doing this. I wake up doing this. And my wife she can attest to it. I don't turn on this mic and turn off another mic. There's only one mic. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Do y'all ever know people who are retired but they don't actually stop doing something?
Yeah.
They go do something else that they love. So what does retirement really mean?
Yeah. Great question, Caleb. But if you really dive in and you really start to understand what you really want to do and who you want to be, you can build a life around your authenticity so you never have to turn yourself or any part of you on or off. All right? Not many are willing or courageous enough to try that.
I mean, like, you travel a lot. Sometimes, I know you love traveling.
I get tired.
Yeah.
I get tired of traveling, but then we just don't travel for a little bit, and then we go and travel when we're ready. We took our girls, our daughters, our older daughter just graduated college, and we took thank you. I got 5 minutes, guys. That's what that means. Doesn't mean she's going to hit me. She will. We took our girls to Cancun as a graduation present. And when we got home, it was pretty exhausting. And as soon as we got home, my wife booked another trip. So the night that we got home, because we love to travel that much. And there's times we get tired, we just stop. But we don't stop all the business activity. Just rearrange things a little bit. Any other questions, guys? Listen, connect with me, stay connected. Share our stuff. Go listen to some podcast episodes. There's some she and I have 4 podcast episodes where it's just she and I talking about the collapse of our marriage and the rebuild of our marriage and rebuild of our life and all of it. All right? Anything else?
What's your favorite color?
Black. Everything's black. Everything's black. I only have black shirts. So, and I've got my favorite shirt that's a pullover. I got 4 of them. Same color, same style. Yeah. But why make that decision every day? Why make that decision every day? Why make that decision every day if there's a certain shirt that I feel really, really good in and I love the style? Why vary from it? All right? All right, guys. Thank you for listening, and I hope your lives are better because of this. If not, it's because you weren't listening, all right?
Thanks, Mike. All right, y'all give him one more round of applause.
Thank you, guys. Thank you sincerely.